welcome to today's episode of The Exceptional Child. My name is Dr. Uchenna Hanoto, an educational psychologist. So today we'll be talking about autism and how it affects the child. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects the child in his social and communicative development. The word autos is from a Greek word meaning self, autos. So it tells us that the child is self-absorbed, concerned about only himself, aware of only his needs, and is only interested in the next person if it will serve his own needs. Research has told us that the brain of a typical child is different from the brain of an autistic child. This means that the autistic child in his behavior does not know what he's doing. It is not his fault that he's behaving the way he's behaving. There are three areas where this autism affects the child. It affects the child in his social interaction, it affects him in his communication, and it affects him in his outward behavior. So we have repetitive behavior. So how does it affect child in his social skills? The autistic child is not able to see the next person. Because he is self-absorbed, he doesn't notice the feelings or desires of the next person. He doesn't know how to interact or play with the next person. So they are always alone on their own, in their own world. This is shown in his lack of eye contact, in his lack of sharing with another, in his lack of playing with the sister or the brother. The other area where autism affects the child is in his communication. It affects their communicative development because the part of the brain that is responsible for communication is underdeveloped. So the child lacks expressive language and receptive language. Expressive language is the ability to express himself either in words or in appropriate gestures. So he doesn't know how to say, I want water when he needs water. And he doesn't know how to sign it for you to know that he wants water. So this is what leads to tantrums because he wants water and he doesn't know how to tell you he wants water. Another area where it affects the child is in repetitive or restricted behavior. We see autistic children always flapping their hands or spinning or rocking themselves or banging their head because it stimulates them sort of. It helps to calm down their sensory overloads because they have this sensory stimulation. Because they are sensitive, they perceive things on a higher scale. So a noise that is normal to everyone could be loud for them. A lighting system that is bright enough could be too bright for them. So it makes them to have meltdown. So when they start having this rocking behavior, turning around, spinning, is actually a way to calm down their nerves. So when you see a child having these behaviors, lacking social skills, having no communication, and having a restricted or repetitive behavior, it could be a sign of autism. If you are concerned about your child's development, some of the things to look out for is to check if your child is lacking eye contact. Can your child look at you and smile back at you when you smile at him? Can he play with you when you give him a ball or throw a ball to him? Does he understand that it is time for play and throws back the ball at you? So if your child is lacking in those social interaction, it could be a cause for concern. Then if your child is not able to imitate you in simple gestures like clap for Jesus, hands up, jump up, and your 2-year-old cannot imitate those things, it is a cause for concern. What it actually means is that they don't understand what you're saying. They don't know that they are supposed to repeat such things after you. So a child that lacks such imitative abilities cannot imitate words, because speech is about repeating what someone says. So if they cannot imitate you in waving hands and clapping, then they cannot imitate in saying words. Say Jesus, say cat, say baby. So is another key skill to look out for. If your child is not able to repeat words like mommy, daddy at 2 years, no matter how he's saying it and he's not able to repeat it, it's a cause for concern. These are just a few of the things to be concerned about. At 2 years, your child cannot respond to his name. You know that he does not have hearing problem, and still when you call him, he cannot come to you. It's a problem. All right. So responding to name, maintaining eye contact, playing with you, playing with others, imitating skills, these are the things to watch out for. And if your child is lagging behind in these things, even especially if he is 2 years going to 3 years, then it's a cause for concern. And I'll encourage you to go to your doctor. Your doctor is the best place. He'll ask you the history of the child, and if he suspects autism, in collaboration with other professionals, they will develop a plan, an intervention plan for your child. We encourage early intervention because it's a brain disorder that requires early intervention. It's just like any other sickness that happens to the brain. If it's not treated when the brain is still malleable, it will remain like that for a long time. So because the child's brain is still young and malleable, we encourage you to start teaching the child such skills so that the child will learn to speak, the child will learn appropriate behaviors, and the child will be able to control himself in when he's having meltdowns or frustrations. So go ahead and seek early intervention for your child.